Hi friends, it's Nick. It's Sunday morning. I'm working on editing this week's podcast, and unfortunately, when we got done recording the video of this week's podcast, everything crashed. We were hoping we might be able to save the video, but we weren't. We weren't going to record all the audio again and try and get video. So if you are watching on YouTube, you're just going to see plain audio. Usually you can see our lovely faces. Sorry about that. And if you're listening as a podcast, it makes no difference to you. But what it does make a difference is, even though our faces aren't on YouTube as normal, what we described is how you can possibly get a prize through YouTube. It's still good. So sorry about the little technical hiccup. We're going to try and figure out why that happened to make sure it doesn't happen again. And enjoy this week's episode. Hello, everybody, and welcome to an incredibly special episode of Dinner Plus Drinks. It is
our 50th episode! I should have dressed up. I'm pretty scrubby today, but...
To be fair, it is my fault. I want everybody to know my life is kind of
we are changing plans.
all over the place this week. So we are changing plans, and Bridget...
I just can't handle that, guys, so I'm in a sweatshirt.
I'm also very pro plans, but you've been very, very gracious.
Oh, thank
this
you.
Week. Thank you, Bridget.
Oh, Nick. Gracious isn't the word I would describe my attitude this week, but thank you.
So we're in a weird, F you world / celebration.
/ mean people that hide behind computers.
When Lake Geneva Country Meats hired Bridget as our person to do things.
Yes, I do things. Those things are marketing and events, if you don't know.
It was a very, it was a very real conversation because we're very good friends, and it could go poorly. And I think it's gone well, right?
Yeah, it has.
It's been a good year.
Because we had that conversation, I think.
And one of the things that I said was, Bridget, people like you. And
that's right.
I think one of the things that makes you a great employee for Lake Geneva Country Meats is your likability, and that you're a normal person that people like. And we have this podcast that's doing okay, but I think it can grow. And I want to put you on the podcast. And because Bridget,
here we are.
You're a podcast person.
I was I do love podcasts, and this is a weird pipe dream that I never even told you about. I love to be recorded, so you all can listen to me forever.
Weird, Tyler.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. You went there.
Well, you kind of teed it up. So, anyway, we're 50 episodes in, which for a podcast is a huge deal.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's actually, I think, going to be episode 63 in your feed because of Pinky's Up and some of the interviews we did and things like that. But for the mainstream Dinner Plus Drinks, this is 50. Mm-hmm. I think we talked about this. We're in the top 10% of podcasts with our host. We're doing okay.
Which seems crazy.
It's very crazy.
I said to Nick when this started, I'm like, why the heck would anyone care to listen to this?
So it's a weird celebration of things that 14 months ago we talked about and had aspirations for. And I think you and I need to say this is awesome. And we need to celebrate with you guys.
Because you guys are awesome that we're still doing
that. That are watching and listening because it's been such a screwed up since March, that it feels like forever. It feels like we're treading water, but really we've done some amazing things, and we want to thank all of you guys. So we have some awesome giveaways.
Yes. You get a car. You get a car.
Bridget.
You're not getting a car.
No car. Well, maybe Matchbox.
This is not Oprah.
Will Elliot share?
No. Mm-mm. All the cars are going to Elliot.
All the cars are going to Elliot. They're all Matchbox. I'm sure you guys can understand. But we're going to have some giveaways at the end, so stay tuned.
That's right.
But you guys have been along with us for the ride. You know how this thing goes. Mm-hmm. This is going to be kind of a New Year episode, a little bit wrap up.
Yeah, I mean, it's
December 4th, which...
Who knows what day it is.
Fuck it. It may as well, fuck it.
Might as well be 2021.
It may as well be. So, first of all, you know how this goes. We open some wine. We're opening champagne.
obviously we're celebrating. We're gonna. If anyone
This is the campaign for
champagne.
Shannon, we love you.
In case you are new here, we wanted to stick with our regular format a little bit so you understood what we did each week. But instead of new things, we're gonna kind of review. Woo! Felt necessary. We're going to kind of review our favorite thing from that topic, which is really funny because I'm really bad at making decisions. So now you're making me go back 50 times and pick a thing.
We're mostly going to review fantasy football.
I didn't even put that on.
Favorite victory was.
I haven't even checked in on that this week. So as we are cheersing to ourselves and to you guys for listening and watching, we're going to talk about some food as we love to do. I can't wait to hear what your favorite thing you've eaten in our last 50 episodes was. Favorite thing that we've talked about. Because I think you might be surprised at mine. Maybe not. I don't know. Doesn't have chicken in it.
Really?
I know. I purposely did that because I knew you'd make fun of me. Do you have something in mind? Okay, if you guys aren't watching, Nick is very carefully pouring these glasses.
Well, we need the champagne. So the thing we're drinking is Polo Rosé champagne, which is my favorite thing on earth. Cheers. It's a perfect combination of brioche and floral. I'm very picky about champagne, and this is my favorite.
Delicious. I mean, I actually really wanted some bubbles last night randomly on a Wednesday. Would anyone have judged me for that?
No.
I am trying to, make it regular, right? Like make bubbly be something you can just regularly drink because people think you only drink it for celebrations.
So the favorite thing I ate this year, this is going to be a little bit of cop-out.
I almost spit this out.
I'm super grateful. 2020 has been crap. People have been crap. I think you and I in our roles as faces of public-facing people, companies, whatever, we deal with people that feel gypped by 2020 a lot, and they just vent it.
They take it out on social media.
Yep. So we get a lot of that. And a lot of people are lovely. A lot of people have been great about 2020, but it's always the bad ones that stick with you. And how I deal with that is remembering I have some really great friends. And fortunately, my bubble includes you, Tyler, your children that are great friends, and they go to school together and we work together. And then fortunately, you have a twin sister that you see all the time. That's also a really good friend of mine.
Yep.
And then we have a cheesemaker friend, and we have another friend that goes to daycare. And it's, unless we all pull our kids out of daycare,
they're all seeing each other.
We're all a bubble. So I'm very fortunate that I have this group of people that are important to me, that share my values of friendship, food, having a great glass of wine together, which are the things that matter in my life.
Sure.
And they just so happen to be a bubble. We were a bubble before bubbles were cool, really.
I think, did clicks become bubbles?
Now
it sounds like less of an asshole comment if you say bubble instead of this is my click.
I didn't think of that, but you're right. So I'm so grateful for that. And Memorial Day this year, we were able to do the first, we built this house. We have this beautiful new studio, and we built it to entertain.
Yeah, and then you can't entertain.
Because Sarah and I really just like having people over and opening 22 different bottles of wine, having a sip out of each one, having everybody talk about it, having some food, having a fire, having some shows on. We really enjoy that. So we built this house for that, and we weren't able to do it when we moved because we moved in May. So Memorial Day, we did a fire, and we're all outside, and we did the ridiculous barbecue feast.
Yeah.
And
God, that feels like ages ago.
It was so long ago. But so we had brisket and pulled pork and sausage and ribs, and everybody brought stuff, and it was just a great time.
That was fun.
So it was 72 different things we ate.
Honestly, I forgot about that. That's how long ago it feels.
And it was just
so
my
it's all
favorite
coming back.
thing, because I think it's what this
great.
podcast is about. It's
what we talk about. That was a perfect example. And our Friendsgiving we mentioned last week, maybe the week before, it's what you talk about over the dinner table.
Yep. It was just that combination of friends and fellowship, and oh my God, we're all going to die from COVID. And
or not. I don't know.
How is our business going to survive? Because a lot of these people are small business type of people. And so it was just fabulous.
We all still have to work.
And it was, if we have a Monday holiday, that's the day I don't work. Otherwise I work.
Yeah. Every day.
So working. It was just like a really nice day off with friends and family and
it was great.
family.
So
it was just great. It was great.
Family.
That's my So it's not chicken shawarma.
It's not chicken shawarma. But similarly, 2020 has given us many things and taken many things, however you want to look at it. But I have personally had like super highs and super lows, and like I'm talking myself out of the low times, saying I need to focus on like the positive parts of this. Look at all this time I have at home. So early on in this, so I'm talking like April, when it was like, ow, like we're all going to die. We're not leaving our house. Like literally we're not going to leave our house. And daycare actually was closed for a little while. And around that time, for whatever reason, I felt like I had extra time, which is the opposite. And I cooked a lot more. So if you know me or you've been listening for a long time, thanks, Nick. You know that I like don't love to cook.
Much better.
Generally. Oh. Well, I hope they could hear me in the beginning here. So anyway, I started experimenting and cooking a lot more. So part of that has to do with this job, and I just have cuts of meat I've never bought or never tried. I mean, like
Elliot grew up and decided he liked pork.
Elliot loves pork. So this has nothing to do with meat, but it's also something I never would have made before because it takes time. But I made risotto cakes.
Oh, yes. I remember those.
This was back in April. So I don't know, something was like, I love risotto. I love risotto and I love risotto cakes. And I was like, I happen to have some panko breadcrumbs in my pantry. Let's try this. And it was awesome. So they were delicious and wonderful, but it's more about the fact that like at that time, I remember taking some more time to actually cook and like, I don't know, it gave me a little calm, which cooking does not normally do because I panic about it. But I don't know,
is it half a teaspoon or
1 teaspoon?
1/2 a teaspoon plus 1/4 of a teaspoon?
So
I understand.
I made this recipe up, so it was comforting and delicious. So that was my best thing I ate in the last 50 episodes, probably.
I appreciate that because I remember that. And
yeah,
like, I think you and I have both definitely changed as people. I'm sure everybody listening has changed as people. And I do think you're like leaning into, I don't want to say domesticity.
Yeah, don't.
But like, you're kind of leaning into it. You're doing a house reno. Like,
yeah, let's not talk about that. I'm so stressed out about it.
On the 100th episode, we will recap Bridget's house reno.
God willing, it's done. I haven't even broken ground yet.
So normally we talk about things happening in the news that are entertaining. You're hitting my favorite thing.
You say it because I have 800 options.
So at the beginning, you may remember we were very obsessed by I mean me,
Nick,
about Kit Kat flavors.
Yes.
Particularly the mint Kit Kat flavor. You'll be pleased to know it eventually became mainstream, and we now have 3 bags because anytime we get kind of low, we buy more.
Hoard them.
Sarah's also now a convert, and we put them in the freezer, and they're the mini, so they're like the 2 little bars.
Yeah, freezer.
We put them in the freezer, and it's just like beautiful mint, crispy, crunchy, like 8:30 at night. You're like, I don't want to eat anything. I just need something. So it's crunchy, it's crisp, it's a little sweet, and it's also like minty, so you don't need to brush your teeth.
Yeah, that's what it means.
Like, it's perfect.
You sound like Elliot.
Mom, but
I ate this minty candy.
So therefore, I don't need to brush my teeth.
He actually hates mint. He calls it spicy. Which makes sense. Okay, but the Kit Kat flavor thing was for real. We like had weeks of like, I discovered a new flavor.
I need to go to Japan. Travel Japan, sponsor us.
Yes, Travel Japan.
Last week, who were we trying to get to sponsor us?
Oreo,
we would take that sponsorship.
Or Kit Kat.
But Travel Japan, sponsor us to go to Tokyo to your Kit Kat store to try all the things of Kit Kats.
Can I just
we could take Brittany with us.
No.
We already had a Shannon mention. We need a Brittany mention.
Actually, I was just going to mention a gift, but I'm going to get it for Brittany.
Brittany speaks Japanese, right?
Brittany taught English in Japan, so I wouldn't say she's fluent in Japanese. Maybe she can say more words than me, which is 0. So yeah.
I know konnichiwa, and that's about
You're right.
it.
I know that.
That's it.
So Kit Kat was on my list, but I also have 900 things. I think actually, I shared a story about a site called Share Lemonade, and this again was like in the doldrums of we're going to die. And Share Lemonade was a website all about like celebrating good things. So Nick and I just, Nick mentioned, and I very passionately agreed, that people have been, everyone's angry, I think, and angsty,
It's
and
understandable.
they're just taking it out on whatever someone will listen, because as they mean type on their computer. And so, yeah, that's me mean typing. So like
it's the right gesture.
Managing social media pages is the most depressing thing in the world these days, because people are just assholes. So Share Lemonade is all about celebrating the good. So this is a story I shared, I don't know, I think in May. And then we also, both of us shared news stories from the Happy newspaper.
Tanks.
And Tanks Good News. So this is not one specific story, but rather like these are all sites that we could find good news. And I found that we shared stuff from them a lot. It was either like New York Times or Tanks Good News and Happy Newspaper, because there's so much crap out there of badness that's easy to find, and we can all find the terrible things. So check out Share Lemonade. That was one of the favorite things that I discovered during this lovely time of our last 50 episodes.
I also like your Stephen Colbert apologizing for dumping in Milwaukee.
That was a good one.
We have a mutual friend that is the head of visiting Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of an important job.
Yep.
Leslie is great at what she does.
Hi, Leslie.
And she's an awesome person. She's an occasional listener too, I know. Hope you're listening to this one, Leslie. So we're saying nice things about you. But we both independently like, shit.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be the year for Milwaukee, like the DNC. And I don't care who you vote for.
That's a huge deal.
Like, I think we both are pretty clear of who we voted for and who we've previously voted for. But a major political convention, and screw you, Green Party, like you're worthless. I don't care that you previously had your convention in Milwaukee. A major political convention in your city is cool and huge. Yep. And if you actually truly value democracy,
that would have been amazing.
It's a great thing. The Bucks should have been in the Eastern Conference Finals and the NBA Finals.
And Peter Feigin, they've just done so much to change that city. Not just like, yes, the basketball team, but the whole Deer District. Like, they've changed the landscape.
This should have been the year that was coronated. The Ryder Cup. Yeah. Leslie told me, I saw Leslie and she like depressingly listed out all of the things.
Don't do it. No.
It was like the VFW convention, which is like 1 million people. It's something insane. This should have been the year for Milwaukee. Yeah. And we love Milwaukee. Like, it's, you can laugh at the bronze fawns, whatever.
Milwaukee is my favorite place. I've talked about it. I think we had a whole episode of me lamenting over Milwaukee. But I also used to work at the convention center. I also used to work with Peggy Williams-Smith, who runs Visit Milwaukee now. I've done all these jobs that are being affected so much up there. So it all feels so personal, yeah. And I mean, I say that Milwaukee was the place I really grew up. Like, that's where I got engaged and married, and we had our first kid, and we bought our first home. And so, yeah, it was just another thing. Just added to the list. So, yeah, Stephen Colbert apologizing for dumping on Milwaukee was a little highlight.
And we're like, we are a little sensitive and like, but Milwaukee, like, we can all acknowledge we're a little sensitive about that stuff.
About what?
But Milwaukee, about like,
people dumping on Milwaukee?
Yeah.
Like saying it's not Chicago. Yeah.
But Milwaukee's a special place. Like, it's definitely better in Cleveland.
Well, I mean,
how those assholes get the like Hall of Fame of rock and roll?
It needed some time though. Like, I know when I went to college there, people were like, "What? Why aren't you going to Madison? Why aren't you going to Chicago?" I'm like, "Cause I'm telling you guys." So
the gentrification of Bayview is what really put it over the top. You almost spit that out. I timed
How many times an episode do I almost spit my drink out?
I think it was Santiago Calatrava that really turned it around.
Yeah, but that was there when Milwaukee was still like, oh.
But that's what started.
Yeah, for sure.
It speaks to the value of public art, and we've talked about that a lot, right?
Yeah, public art. Yeah, we could have a whole episode on that.
If only. What if in downtown Lake Geneva, someone did public art?
Okay.
What if in downtown Lake Geneva?
I don't think this is the week to fire me up about shit that's not getting done in downtown Lake Geneva.
Normally I'd have a dad joke now, but I have none. We're also not going to take a break this episode. Our break music's lovely. I know you get a little tired of listening to us generally, but we're going to...
But we'll just sing for you intermittently.
So we've been doing gift guides, and we don't really have gifts this week, but we have people listening from all around the world, literally. which is cool and
so awesome.
Flattering.
My favorite thing.
That someone in Brazil, it's one person, I don't know your name, but thank you very much. You continually download it every week.
Thank you.
I thought you were maybe a bot. You don't appear to be a bot.
You are real. Send us a note so we know you're real.
Or at least a super intelligent bot like BB-8.
BB-8.
We want to talk about the local businesses in Lake Geneva.
Yeah, so everyone has hopefully a local business that they love in their town. But so normally, like Nick said, we do product recommendations, and lately in the holiday season, we're talking about gift guides. Small Business Saturday just passed, and we did what I'm going to toot both of our own horns and say was a really cool video.
It was all Bridget.
It was awesome. You know, our friends at Grayspot did it. Colin shot it. So, of course, it was beautiful. But we got to...
Jeff didn't understand it. Let's be real.
Jeff didn't, you know...
And then Jeff gave us some very Jeff praise of, it looks pretty good, guys.
Looks pretty good. Thanks, Jeff. The video turned out awesome. But, like, we knew that would happen because we love Grayspot and they do such an awesome job. But
And also, Bridget's good at directing videos.
I'm good at bossing people around, you guys. Read between the lines. This is my talent. They don't allow me on camera except here. So small businesses downtown. There's so many politics in a small town, if you're unaware. And what was really great for us is we know who we like to work with. They are nice and respectful and wonderful businesses and do things the right way.
Quality products at a value. I think a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
I have a deep-seated problem with Small Business Saturday because I think just because you're a small business is no reason to shop with you. Small business can value more than a big business. A big business that is publicly owned has to value shareholder value and like fucking over the customer.
Things,
There's no other way to put it than fucking over the customer because that's what shareholder value is. A small business, a family business can value offering value to the customer, saying we might charge you more. In some cases, we might charge you less. Ultimately, our goal and our mission and what we believe in is giving you a product that you will realize is worth what we're charging you.
And your experience in that store is worth it, or that business.
And so we charge more for a tenderloin filet than anywhere else, anywhere around us. But if you've had our tenderloin filet, you know it's worth it.
Yeah.
So that's what we like about the people we work with. Because there's some small business in Lake Geneva that charge $20 for a shitty t-shirt that they cost them $2. Congratulations.
We're not necessarily featuring those in our videos, but so we got to pick because we don't have to care about the politics because we are not paid by taxpayers. We're
not on any boards anymore.
We're not on any boards. We are politically unaffiliated. So we got to choose who are in this video. And
Bridget 2024. You're old enough.
I'm not doing it. That's all I'm saying.
Joe's not running again.
Anyway, so we have really been stressing local. So find your local bakery, your local bookstore, your local outdoor store, et cetera, et cetera. Find them all, and that's who you should support this holiday season. A thing that I actually just got a text before I came in to record, Simple, is obviously someone we talk about a lot and we support big time. They are going the extra little bit for the holidays because some people, myself included, care about the packaging. Like I used to go to Abercrombie because I wanted their bag. Like,
I like girls that wear Abercrombie.
Can I have that paper bag with the half naked guy on it? Like, so Simple has these adorable. Wait. Yeah, I said it.
Do you care about the package?
The packaging.
The half-naked guy?
It was like some dude in, like, it's so dumb. Abercrombie, man. Are you still doing that? I'm way too old to shop there. So, anyway, they're decorating their packages for the holidays. So, instead of, like, here's your brown paper bag, which is a great craft bag, right?
With the dude with the package.
Jesus. It's got a buffalo plaid ribbon on it and a little evergreen and, like, at Lake Geneva Country Meats, we have holiday bags if you don't want to, so those are little things that like some people, myself included, care about. So anyway, shop local.
Shop local.
That's what we got.
Time for fantasy update, Bridget.
Oh, are we doing that?
Yeah, we're still doing that.
I meant to remove that off the agenda.
No,
so,
Bridget, how's your fantasy team doing?
I'm unprepared for this. I meant to move it off the agenda.
Oof.
It's loading. Oh, weird.
Did you win?
Oh, I lost. Shocker.
Wait, you beat Tyler.
No, this was Avery this week.
No. I don't care about this week. We're talking about year in review. You beat Tyler.
Yeah, sorry. Year in review. I was winning. I was doing great halfway through. Then I stopped paying attention.
The only thing that matters is you beat Tyler.
Yeah, that matters. No, there are people I want to beat more than Tyler. Tom, my father-in-law. He talks so much smack. So Avery is first in the league. She's 11-1. So I don't feel bad losing against her. Avery, okay, where am I here? Tyler's in 4th. I'm in 6th.
How is Tyler in 4th? Tyler knows nothing about football.
I know. He always does better than me, and I know more than him. It makes
Tyler
me
knows
so
something about
mad.
Football.
Okay, anyway, it's not going great. Spoiler alert. That's not a year in review. Yeah, move on.
Well,
we also normally would talk about, we do a meal plan every week, right? So this week we're not doing it. I mean, we are doing the meal plan.
We normally do like some fun would you rathers. We're not doing that.
Nope, we're not. But just so you know, if you're new to this, the would you rathers are hilarious, and I start sweating every week at this point.
So this is where we talk about our kids because,
oh man,
kids.
This was a toughie. Did you have a hard time coming up with this one?
I'm kind of cheating because I'm just kind of doing the like
general
a little bit like thing that makes me happy.
Oh,
I have realized that what is important to me is leaving my job at 4:30.
asterisk.
And I come home and I cook dinner and my girls are here and they're happy to see me and for different reasons. Simona is happy to see me. Sarah's happy that I can take Simona.
And cooked dinner.
But it's so much fun. Hopefully we get it's called a learning tower, I think. So Simona really likes to be held and cook with me.
Oh, yeah, like the stand for the kitchen.
Yeah, we really want to have her there. So because it's hard to cook with one hand.
Yeah, but she's a little for that, man. I mean, okay.
She's a big girl.
You're talking about like the like kid-friendly step stool thing.
Oh, yeah, that, yeah.
Yes, I think we all have those on our list. Actually.
So
I have one, but it's pretty janky.
So kids, man.
Kids, dude. Is that your just general?
Kids. I have 2 because I can't choose. One.
I have one very clear answer.
Simona got a very special birthday present, which was some sweet kicks.
Yeah, man. I actually was going to put that on here, too.
They're Adidas's.
Yeah. Who do you think got them for
From
her?
Elliot.
Girl. I'm sorry, Elliot.
Because Elliot's the best big brother Simona could ever hope for.
And Lucy's her BFF.
Oh my gosh, we have so many good pictures of those two together.
Their first sleepover, that was a good one.
That was a good one. That came up in my Insta recently.
Yeah, that made Insta.
Anyway,
Lucy and Simona have matching shoes.
Yep, and that's awesome. Bridget, what's your real... I have my real story later.
Okay, that's fair. I wanted to find one because Kid Corner started as like making you all feel okay if your kids are crazy like ours. And it turned into us being softies a little and like, oh, my kids did this adorable thing.
Like, this is the worst.
Yeah, I was like looking back, I'm like, I need like one time I had in an episode I shared how Lucy chewed up an animal cracker and then barfed it in my hair. Like that's what I needed. But instead, I'm going to make fun of myself a little in Kid Corner. Do you remember like a long time ago when I was like, I'm going to learn TikTok and I'm going to change Lucy in all these outfits saying all dressed up and nowhere to go. And then do you remember that I never did it?
I remember that.
So that's my favorite Kid Corner.
Gosh, what's the Pepperidge Farms? Remember, it's a Family Guy reference. Tyler will get it.
I mean, Tyler used to make me watch Family Guy with him all the time. Anyway, when TikTok, like, maybe it started picking up like steam a long time ago, but whenever I started paying attention to it, kind of, everyone was like doing this stupid, like, snap, this is a different outfit. Okay. I was going to do it to my 1-year-old because she had all these cute clothes she never wore. They were like her 12-month size clothes and like, boop, she's out of that. Gave it all away.
I will say that so Simona's in 24 months now.
Yeah.
It's a bad size, right?
You mean like for fashion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 12 is like
actually,
a peak.
Yeah, yes.
And then you hit the like 2T, 3T. That's like.
And you're like, oh, I don't want my kid to be a punk rocker.
Yep. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. If you ever have a second child and it's a boy, that's even worse. As soon as they graduate out of toddler.
Well, was Elliot ever in 24 month stuff?
Yes.
Or did he go like.
Yes.
He was born in his 6th month, and then he went to...
Elliot. Elliot's nickname when he was little used to be Butters. Anyway, so my failure at Lucy TikTok is my favorite thing of our last 50 episodes.
I'm going to take time out right now because we kind of obliquely have mentioned them. Tyler.
Yes, Tyler.
Sarah. We never talk about my sister, Abby, which
That's
is
true, yeah.
unfortunate. Abby,
Hi,
you're
Abby.
great.
Yeah.
you know,
You guys deal
you
with
guys
us.
are great. Thank you for dealing with us. Shannon, one in Washington.
What? Brittany.
Brittany,
Thank
you're
you
the
guys
best.
for listening to us and also
Brittany,
dealing with
thank
us.
you especially for sending us your thoughts on
Drip
irrigation.
It was an episode title.
Thank you guys. Thank you to our parents. This is like an Academy Award
Wow,
speech
this
now.
does feel
But
emotional.
our parents are very good about,
Well, your parents allow us to do this, which is really great. My parents just listen to it.
I mean, especially your mom sends us some ideas and feedback, so
yes,
we appreciate
Mom, you
that.
are really good at that. Thank you.
Okay, so my story
So thanks, guys.
is we talked about this recently where Simona thinks it's hilarious to go dot 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 dot.
It is funny.
And Sarah tries very, very, very hard to get her to say mama, mama, mama.
This is the BS with kids, man.
And Simona is very clearly a mama's girl. We got her mom a belated birthday card that said, "My mama is my happy place."
Oh.
Which is like Simona's life motto. Like if we need to get, like I'm going to get her a tat right now that says,
Right
"Mama is my happy place."
What about Mama with like a heart and an arrow?
That's not enough. Like
Really?
Mama is her happy place.
Okay.
She just can like plop on her and be like,
Oh, my
Mom.
kids don't plop anymore.
so again, did Elliot ever?
Yes, Elliot was a smushy baby.
He was.
It's just a long time ago.
So anyway, I just love Simona's like smile and da 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 da. It just kind of makes a lot of it worth it. And I think you dads out there, you know that.
You
because
know it.
A lot of you guys probably do a lot of the same garbage. And,
Garbage meaning jobs?
you know, like,
Oh, just like life garbage, and then you see your kids, and it's
yeah,
like,
exactly.
the picking up. Usually, Tyler brings the kids home because he works with them.
Because he's the best parent ever.
He is. He was made for this. But on the days I get to pick them up, it is the very best because they just straight up are like, "Mama,"
And
for
then,
like
and
2
then
minutes,
like, in 2 minutes.
and then they scream like.
My friend Melissa, who also listens, so shout out to you, Melissa. She's on B93.3. First to flip
Melissa.
over to Christmas music.
I
Thanks.
support that.
She just posted this Insta story of the first screen was like, turn down your sound, and if you're on a work Zoom, don't listen to this.
Love
and
that.
if you're gonna judge me as a mom, don't listen to this.
Even better.
And it was her kid going, ah! And Melissa goes, "I'm sorry, I ate your Cheez-It. There are more Cheez-Its."
There is an account.
And it was her child, Molly, who's like a great kid, like truly a great kid.
They're all great kids.
Losing her shit.
Yep. Till you steal their Cheez-It.
Over one Cheez-It.
They're like, I feel like it was when I was pregnant with Elliot. There was like an account that was like reasons my toddler's having a tantrum.
Oh yeah, that's a great
I don't know what
account.
it was, but it felt like before I was this obsessed
Yeah.
with like having 8 Instagram accounts or whatever. Yeah, and it's all of that stuff. Like, and so I was pregnant, so I think I was like, this is so funny. I'm gonna do the same thing, and I didn't. But whatever, it's hilarious. All of our kids do it. So, you guys, you stuck with us this whole time.
Time to talk about how you can win valuable $25 Amazon gift cards.
You can buy anything on Amazon, although we support shopping local.
Unless you're
it's a little
into
hard.
crack cocaine, then you need to go onto a different Amazon.
We would prefer you don't buy that.
Crack cocaine is terrible. Don't buy
Okay,
it.
everybody. We're giving away Amazon gift cards.
Puro, Colombian Bang Bang, though.
What? If we could give away gift cards to all of our local towns, we would. So please understand that is just
But
impossible.
Amazon makes a lot more sense because you guys are all over the place, and we
Yes.
want you all to, be able to
Use this.
be appreciated for appreciating us.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. So
We appreciate you for appreciating us.
we have what? 3 giveaways. Okay. So we've got $25 gift card if you share this episode from our Facebook page. So we will post it on Facebook, share it with your people, and you'll be entered to win a $25 Amazon gift card. Giveaway too. $25 for a review on Apple Podcasts. So
I know if you're listening to something else, like, cool, we support that. But Apple Podcasts is like 80% of where people listen to podcasts.
yeah.
So if you could review us on there, we'd
appreciate it.
Thank you.
And you will be entered to win a gift card.
And if you've already reviewed us, you're entered. We know how to find you.
Yeah. Yes, we will find you. We're always watching.
Like our friend Mike Mason, who Facebook messaged somebody's spouse to...
Mike Mason took a serious effort to find a gift for his girlfriend. So good job, man.
Lady friend. His lady.
Right. His lady.
Good job, Mike.
A for effort, man.
420 on Fridays.
You don't get arrested.
Like 96.
So we have 2 giveaways already announced. Our third one is if you subscribe to our YouTube page.
If you're not subscribing to our YouTube page, you're missing out. I understand you're probably driving around while you listen. That's cool. But if you could just subscribe, we'd really like to hit at least 100 subscribers, because then instead of like youtube.com/J-UZ27
we could have our own
parentheses
page.
72 A capital G, like we'd have youtube.com/DinnerPlusDrinks. So if you could just subscribe, even if you never want to watch us, which is a mistake.
Because sometimes we look really funny.
Especially on our
Pinkies Up.
Pinkies Up episodes.
Those are the best. I always dress up. Just so you guys know.
I put a lot of effort into...
I honestly don't make fun of me, you guys, but I watch ourselves sometimes. I don't watch the whole episode because, I was there. But I love our music. Which I know you can hear. But it is funny to see because, we make ridiculous hand gestures. I've danced at least 3 times during this episode, and you're missing that. And Nick is dancing now. So, yeah, we'd appreciate it if you went and subscribed on our YouTube page as well. So.
We can't see, racial ethnicity stats, so I don't know if this is going to offend anybody, but we got to dance.
Charleston? Is that the Charleston?
And keep it in here.
Keep it in here.
The white dude shuffle. Keep it in here.
Oh, you guys. This is what you're missing.
Keep it in here.
So, to recap. 3 giveaways. We'll put them in the show notes as well. Share this episode from our Facebook page. Review us on Apple Podcast and subscribe on our YouTube page. We'd really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. How often do we say this is therapy for us?
You know what? I was looking back at old notes and one of them said group therapy session. I'm like, it is. Today, really, I was really in a funk. I'm like, I don't want to do this.
But really.
And here we are.
Our job is to sell meat at the end of the day. We'll be honest with you guys. And
yep.
We think we're pretty cool.
I don't, but
you're pretty cool, Bridget. And so, we think we're doing cool stuff, and we want to share with you guys because we think it's fun, and we like talking to you guys. And really, we appreciate everybody who comments on Facebook, Instagram. Yep. The emails we get are awesome. They make us feel like we're not the only crazy people out here.
Yeah, thank you. We got an email early on. I think that man was from Iowa. What's really nice is I love hearing from my cousins and my sisters and my family that listens, which is so great because my cousin Megan specifically, we're very close, but we're very busy. So we don't call each other every day, but it makes me feel like this is us hanging out. I know that's ridiculous, but it's so cool to hear from people that we don't know. The people we know, we make them follow us. Just kidding.
It's cool to people we don't know and be like, hey, we think it's great to have a great bottle of wine or a really terrible hard seltzer.
Really bad.
A great bottle of wine, a great meal, and just hang out and bitch about your kids.
Yeah, and that's acceptable and not unusual. And please don't feel bad if you crave that.
So we have had these terrible experiences with people, and it's but this is who we are as people. This is who our friends are, is people that we can just be let's have a bottle of wine and just eat some dinner.
Forget
and
the mean Facebook people.
Chill out.
So really what we're saying is thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You guys, 50 episodes.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. We wouldn't do it without you. If 2 people were listening every day, if you can hear Simona screaming upstairs, I'm sorry.
I hear it.
If 2 people were listening, we wouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
So thank you to the hundreds, actually thousands. It's hundreds a week and thousands total. Thank you to everybody that listens, watches.
So we're at 50 episodes, guys. Don't forget to enter these giveaways because you are why we're here. So thank you for following along.
So Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
And your favorite podcast player, which you're already listening to us.
Hello at dinnerplusdrinks.com.
And cheers, guys. Cheers to 50 episodes. Thank you.
Play that music.